Imagine standing in front of the bathroom mirror one morning, running your fingers through your hair, and suddenly noticing a small patch of silver strands glistening under the light. At first you think, it's just one or two, maybe I didn't sleep well. But then as the weeks pass, more appear, and soon that patch begins to spread. This was exactly what happened to me in my early 60s. Like many people, I reached for the quickest solution: a box of hair dye. The color came back instantly, but it never lasted. Within a few weeks, the gray was peeking out again, and my hair felt weaker, drier, and more brittle each time. It became a never-ending cycle fade cover again. One afternoon, as I was complaining to my grandmother about my frustration, she smiled in that calm, knowing way only grandmothers can. "Why are you fighting nature with chemicals?" she asked. When nature has always given us the answer, that was the moment she handed me her old time-tested remedy. And what happened next truly surprised me. This simple recipe made from herbs and ingredients you can find in any kitchen worked better than the expensive dyes I had been using for years. Before we dive into my grandmother's remedy, it helps to understand why our hair turns gray in the first place. Knowing the science makes the natural solution even more meaningful. The color of our hair comes from a pigment called melanin. Just like melanin gives color to our skin and eyes, it also decides whether our hair is black, brown, blonde, or red. When we are young, tiny cells in our hair, follicles called melanocytes, produce a steady supply of melanin which mixes into each strand of hair as it grows. But as we age, these melanocytes begin to slow down. Eventually, they stop producing pigment altogether. When that happens, new hair grows in without color, appearing gray, silver, or white. Of course, aging isn't the only factor. Genetics play a big role. If your parents turned gray early, chances are you might too. But lifestyle matters as well. Chronic stress, smoking, and poor nutrition can speed up the loss of melanin. Scientists have also found that oxidative stress, tiny amounts of damage from free radicals in our bodies, can build up in the hair follicle and bleach out the pigment. Another surprising factor is nutrient deficiency. Low levels of vitamin B12, folate, copper, and iron can all contribute to premature graying because the body needs these nutrients to support healthy melanin production. So gray hair is not just about getting older, it's the result of a combination of biology, lifestyle, and environment. And that's where my grandmother's wisdom comes in. Instead of fighting against nature with harsh chemicals, her remedy worked with the body's natural processes, nourishing the scalp, restoring vitality, and giving hair the chance to shine again. For many of us, the first instinct when gray hair appears is to run to the store and grab a box of dye. It feels like the easiest solution: instant coverage, instant confidence. But what most people don't realize is that these quick fixes come with a hidden cost. Commercial hair dyes often rely on strong chemicals such as ammonia hydrogen peroxide and a compound known as PPD. These ingredients are designed to open the hair cuticle, strip away natural pigment, and deposit artificial color. While effective at changing how hair looks, they can also weaken its structure over time. Many people notice that after repeated dyeing, their hair becomes dry, brittle, and prone to breakage. The shine dulls, the softness fades, and the strands feel coarse to the touch. Some even experience scalp irritation, itchiness, redness, or sensitivity, especially with darker dyes. There's also the cycle that feels impossible to escape. The gray roots keep growing, and within just a couple of weeks, they start peeking out again. That means more dye, more chemicals, and more damage. Beyond the physical toll, there's the emotional one. Spending hours in salons or constantly buying new products can feel exhausting. And deep down, many people begin to feel like they're chasing an illusion, covering gray rather than embracing healthy, vibrant hair. That's why my grandmother's approach was so refreshing. Her remedy didn't just mask the problem. It nurtured the hair and scalp from the inside out, offering a more natural path to beauty. When I asked my grandmother what she meant by nature already gave us the answer, she gently walked me into her kitchen. On the counter, she gathered a handful of dried sage leaves, a bundle of fresh rosemary, a jar of black tea, and a small bottle of coconut oil. To me, these looked like ingredients for cooking, not hair care. But to her, they were the foundation of a tradition passed down through generations. She began with sage leaves, explaining that they had long been used in folk medicine to help restore darker tones to graying hair. Sage contains natural plant compounds that can gently enhance pigment and deepen color over time. Next came rosemary, a fragrant herb that she said was not only for flavoring food, but also for stimulating the scalp. Modern science agrees. Rosemary oil has been studied for its ability to improve circulation and even encourage new hair growth. Then she pointed to the black tea. Rich in tannins and antioxidants, black tea has a natural darkening effect. It doesn't just coat the hair, it also strengthens the strands, giving them a richer, shinier appearance. Finally, the coconut oil, her carrier ingredient. She always said oil is the messenger that delivers the herbs deep into your roots. Coconut oil nourishes, moisturizes, and protects, preventing the dryness and brittleness caused by commercial dyes. When all combined, these simple kitchen staples created a powerful natural tonic. She assured me that it wasn't a quick overnight miracle, but with patience and consistency, it would not only improve the look of my hair, but also its health. Her words felt like wisdom woven with love. Treat your hair the way you would treat a garden. Feed it, water it, and it will bloom again. My grandmother always said the secret wasn't just in the ingredients, but in how you prepared them. She had a ritual that felt almost like a small ceremony, and she encouraged me to follow it carefully. First, she boiled 2 cups of water in a small pot. Once it reached a rolling boil, she added a generous handful of dried sage leaves and a sprig or 2 of rosemary. She lowered the heat and let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes. The kitchen quickly filled with a rich, earthy aroma that felt soothing even before it touched my hair. After simmering, she turned off the heat and added 2 tablespoons of strong black tea leaves. She covered the pot and let everything steep together for another 15 minutes. By then, the water had turned into a dark, fragrant infusion. She strained the liquid into a bowl and let it cool until it was warm but not hot. Next came the nourishing step. She mixed in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Sometimes she swapped it with castor oil for extra strength. The oil gave the tonic a silky texture perfect for massaging into the scalp. When it was ready, she poured the mixture slowly over my hair, catching it in a basin to reuse it again and again until every strand was soaked. Then, with gentle hands, she massaged my scalp in small circles, making sure the liquid reached the roots. Massage, she would say, is how you wake the hair to drink in the remedy. Finally, she wrapped my head with a soft towel and told me to leave it on for about 30 to 40 minutes. After rinsing with cool water, my hair felt refreshed, soft, and alive. She recommended doing this 2 to 3 times a week, reminding me that patience brings the best results. While my grandmother's remedy worked wonders on the outside, she always reminded me that true beauty starts from within. What you feed your body, she would say, is what you feed your hair. And she was right. Science now confirms that certain nutrients play a vital role in keeping our natural hair color. One of the most important is copper, a mineral that helps the body produce melanin. Without enough copper, the pigment process slows down. Foods like pumpkin seeds, lentils, chickpeas, and even dark chocolate are excellent sources. Next is vitamin B12 and folate, both essential for healthy red blood cells and DNA repair. Deficiency in B12 is often linked to premature graying. Eggs, dairy fish, and leafy greens like spinach or kale can help fill the gap. She also emphasized zinc and iron, which support strong follicles and healthy blood circulation to the scalp. Beans, nuts, and lean meats provide these minerals naturally. And then there are antioxidants, the body's defenders against oxidative stress, which can damage melanocytes and speed up graying. Foods like blueberries, strawberries, green tea, and colorful vegetables protect the cells that give hair its rich color. My grandmother's advice was simple. Fill your plate with a rainbow of whole foods and your hair will thank you. The combination of her topical remedy and a nutrient-rich diet created a powerful synergy, helping my hair regain not only its natural shade, but also its strength and shine. Beyond remedies and diet, my grandmother always reminded me that the way we live shows up in our hair. Stress, lack of sleep, and unhealthy habits can age us faster than time itself. Stress management was her first rule. She encouraged daily walks in the garden, quiet moments of prayer or meditation, and deep breathing when life felt overwhelming. Modern research supports her wisdom. Chronic stress has been shown to damage melanocytes and accelerate graying. She also insisted on restful sleep. Your hair rests when you do, she would say. Getting 7-8 hours of quality sleep helps the body repair itself and maintain healthy cell function. Hydration was another golden rule. Drinking enough water not only benefits the skin but also keeps hair supple and less prone to dryness. And perhaps most importantly, she warned against smoking and excessive alcohol. Both create oxidative stress, rob the body of vital nutrients, and are strongly linked to early graying. Her philosophy was simple: treat your whole body kindly and your hair will reflect that kindness. These daily habits, combined with her herbal tonic and balanced diet, created a lifestyle that naturally supported youthful, vibrant hair well into later years. The first time I tried my grandmother's remedy, I didn't expect much. After all, I had been conditioned to believe that only store-bought dyes could cover gray. But after just a few weeks of consistent use, I noticed subtle changes. My hair felt softer, shinier, and healthier. Then, after about 2 months, something remarkable happened. Those dull silver strands began to take on a deeper, warmer tone. It wasn't a dramatic overnight change, but rather a gentle return of life and vibrancy. Even friends started to notice. Instead of asking, "Did you dye your hair?" they asked, "What are you doing? Your hair looks so alive." That was when I realized this was more than a cosmetic fix. It was true nourishment. I'm not alone in this experience. Across cultures, from Mediterranean villages to Asian households, generations have used sage, rosemary, and tea rinses to keep hair strong and colorful. Some women shared stories of passing these remedies down like family heirlooms, saying their grandmothers never touched chemical dyes and still carried radiant hair well into their 70s. These results were not just about beauty, but about confidence, tradition, and the comfort of knowing that nature still has our backs when we care for it in return. While my grandmother's remedy is gentle and natural, it's important to remember that results can vary. Genetics play a powerful role in hair color, and no herbal rinse can completely stop the natural aging process. What this remedy can do is nourish the scalp, strengthen hair, and help slow the appearance of gray in a safe, holistic way. The good news is that science is beginning to validate what tradition has known for centuries. Studies on herbs like rosemary show improvements in scalp circulation and even benefits for hair growth. Black tea is rich in antioxidants that protect cells, while sage has natural plant compounds that may support pigment retention. Coconut oil has long been proven to reduce protein loss in hair, keeping it stronger and shinier. Most importantly, unlike chemical dyes, this method carries no harsh side effects. It's a nurturing approach you can feel confident about using long-term. At the end of the day, gray hair is not something to be ashamed of. It's a natural sign of wisdom and life experience. But if you, like me, wish to care for your hair in a way that feels nourishing rather than damaging, my grandmother's remedy offers a beautiful middle ground. It's more than just a recipe. It's a tradition, a reminder that the best solutions are often found in nature and in the wisdom passed down through family. Instead of fighting your hair with chemicals, you can work with it, giving it strength, shine, and vitality. So why not give it a try? Try this remedy for a few weeks, stay consistent, and see how your hair responds. And I'd love to hear from you. Did your grandmother or mother have any natural beauty secrets of their own? Share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and pass this video on to someone who might need it.